Hi, this is Kat with Beadaholique, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make the Copper Mine necklace featuring elements from Nunn design. Now I am going to be doing this necklace in copper, but I did want to bring out the three other colors that are wonderful from Nunn design. So up here at the top we have the beautiful antiqued silver, so it has a nice little antiqued finish to it. We also have the antiqued gold, again having that really nice antiqued finish there. And then we have a lovely bright silver. So if you want to go a little bit shinier, we have this bright silver option. Now, of course, today I'm going to be doing the copper, and I've brought out the jump rings and chain to go with that. But if you did want to do that gold or silver, you can choose your favorite Nunn design chain to complement those colors as well, or mix and match and do a wonderful piece using mixed metals. All right, so the other elements I have here today is I'm going to be using the artistic wire, and I found that this brown, maroon, or cafe color is actually really wonderful to work with the Nunn design, and it might look a little bit red here, but you'll see how it actually plays really lovely with that antiqued copper. So this is 22 gauge, so we're going to be using that in here today. And then I did want to add a little pop of color, and I thought some little gemstones would be really fun. So I've actually sort of pre-done some of that here, so I'm going to show you how to link all that together. Now as far as tools go, here's what we're going to need. We're going to need a couple of pairs of chain nose pliers, we're going to need a pair of flush cutters, a pair of round nose pliers, and I'm going to use some nylon tip wire straightening pliers. So if you have everything ready to go, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you sort of what we're going to be working with here. So I have this beautiful chain and I have 24 inches, so I'm going to make a really long necklace here today. So what I want to do is I'm going to be creating a focal down here at the bottom, but in order to lengthen that chain a little bit, I thought it would be nice to add in some colored pieces here with that beautiful colorful gemstone. So I'm going to be attaching one piece to one side and this piece to the other side. But I'm shy one gemstone on this side, so I'm going to show you how to create those little links and how to link it together, and then it's just very simply the same for the rest. So again, we're going to use that 22 gauge artistic wire. So let me go ahead and get a little bit off of my spool here. There we go. And I'm just going to snip that off. And if your wire is a little bit more kinked, you can just use those wire straightening pliers just to straighten that out. And I'm actually going to snip off this end so I have a nice piece to work with. All right, so very simply, I'm going to come to the end of my wire and use my round nose pliers. And I'm going to find the size that I want there, which for me is about 1/4 of an inch down on my round nose pliers. And I'm just going to gently bend that around my plier as I rotate it. And just give a nice little circle, right? Just like so. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to bend it back to create a little bit of an eye pin. Now if yours is a little cockeyed like that, just come in with your pliers and just kind of straighten that out. There we go. And now to the other end, I'm going to take one of those gemstones and slide it down my wire. Just like so. So I have a little simple wire loop there at the bottom, very much similar to an eye pin. And then I'm going to create that loop again. Now you can see that my wire is going around counterclockwise there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go the other way. So I'm going to hold my gemstone just like so and make sure it lands in about the same spot as my loop before. So now what I can do is just bend that back, bend my wire up and over, rotate my pliers, and bring that around to create that simple wire loop. Come in with my flush cutters and trim off my wire. Now I have plenty of wire to do more of my little simple wire loops, so that's the advantage with cutting off a little bit more wire, so then you can use this until you can't use it anymore. All right, so that's just scrap for me though. I'm going to set that aside. And now to attach this to my little chain that I have here, I'm just going to take those bent chain nose pliers and come in and just sort of open that loop just as you would a jump ring, giving it a little gentle twist, and hook it on to the loop that I already have, and then close that up. So again, if you're linking more, you would just loop that on to the next loop and to the next loop. All right, so I have those all set to go there. So let me go ahead and finish that little side by opening that little loop, and I'm going to slip on my chain go. And just close that up. And that's the same little twist that I did before, just like attaching a jump ring. And make sure that is nice and closed. I don't want that to pop open there. There we go. So you can see how that beautiful maroon color actually looks really nice with that antiqued copper. So let's be consistent and let's move on. So we're going to do that on the other side here. So I'm just going to open that little loop at the top, slip on that last link of chain, and just sort of close that up. Now you can choose whichever colors of gemstones you want. You can see that I clearly have lots left over here, but I just went and picked two different links here, or excuse me, the same links, but I did different colors so that they kind of mix and matched and looked really nice at the bottom. All right, so let me move this up here a little bit. And actually, I'm gonna move all of my little beads to the side. I just wanted you to see the beautiful colors, and that's one little mix, so that's a really, really neat little thing. Okay, so now we're gonna work on our focal here. So I think it's really neat to sort of, I wanted to do a 3 down there at the bottom, but they weren't laying quite right. So I actually kind of discovered that they look really nice just like that. And we're going to use these Nunn Design hammered jump rings, and these are really big, so it's going to add to that geometric style. So all we're going to do is just sort of loop on all 3 pieces and come in with our bent chain nose pliers and our other pair of chain nose pliers there, and just give that a little gentle twist to bring them together. Now these are really thick jump rings, so you're definitely going to want to use both pliers for that. All right, so now holding it again, I'm going to come in and I'm going to actually loop a second jump ring around all 3 of them one more time. And again, this is just really going to add to that geometric style. There we go. All right. So now you can see what I mean, where you could have all 3 at the bottom. They just get a little jangly down there. So I'm going to take that middle-sized one and loop it up so we get that happening. All right, so now I'm going to use 2 more of those same jump rings, again continuing that really fun geometric style. And I'm going to loop 1 to the top of that middle-sized one, and then I'm going to loop it through that little simple wire loop attached to that gemstone. And just like so, close that up nice and flush. And then I'm going to repeat on the other side, again, looping in that middle-sized jump ring and then looping on my little gemstone chain there and closing that up. And now we have a really fun little geometric style chain here. Let me kind of put this down on the table so you can really see what's happening. And I went for a long necklace, so this is 24 inches of chain, like I said, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the gemstones on either side. So you have a really fun little geometric style. Very basic techniques, just some simple wire loops and opening and closing some jump rings, but a beautiful statement necklace. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can get all of these pieces featuring Nunn design and gemstones by heading over to Beadaholique.com. And if you're new to our YouTube channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button below.